I wish I could tell you that I want you here with me, but you'll never love me like the way we used to be. Too far from
Game. We'll see exactly how he's going to be able to utilize this, as Delight does have to battle dance his way away.
For the time being, it is just going to be punishing. No, hasn't been doing so hard, but no, Zeus definitely the player that you are looking to maybe break that unlucky streak, even though he's part of it so far.
Yeah, especially when Guma doesn't have a massive amount of peel. If Zeka isn't in the area, for example, or if Zeus doesn't have Mega. Gideon, though, is going to be starting off this Dragon, as Deadly Flourish gonna hold Delight in position there, as Roma possibly in trouble. Yeah, he's incredibly low. The knockup does come on through max range from Kanavi, but Gideon makes his way over. Roma is out of this fight, though. No mana.
When Roma is so low in terms of health, it gave a free window. And in fairness, you did end up trading up and stuff. Oh, Kanavi in trouble now.
Yeah, Dominus is going to get procced here by casting. Slices, dices, as Kanavi is looking to hold on to him, but he might just die. The flash does actually get used, but unfortunately does not work out. And Gideon doesn't get the vision required, or doesn't decide to go for the paranoia. I'm not quite sure whether...
Feeling so bad about that as bro, the fact that Gideon committed the ult to try and make that play work. There's, oh no.
Yeah, he's hopped over the wall.
Okay, he's fine.
But casting is just going to wander his way out. Zeka was going for the Emperor's Divide and does use the lead here for HLE, and I think they're very happy to play a slower game with the composition that they have. Is Roma going to get picked up, shoved back, and destroyed here? As in goes Delight. That is first blood going over to Zeka, as he's now looking to try and escape. Gideon wants to get on top of him and does manage to help Namgun get the kill. Dustbringer comes on through. Gideon is just going to get out of there. So a 1-for-1 as both mid laners.
Pantheon, I'd say one of the champions who can do a bit better with gold compared to others, so...
Yeah. Roma is now going to get flashed on. There's a knock-up, and I think he's just dead again. Zeka just collects. As a possible fight here is Delight going down relatively low. Roma looks for a bit of an angle here, holds on to the shockwave, and there it is! Gets thrown out, delivered by the Nocturne, as now Kanavi going to have to flag and drag his way out of there. Continues to be in trouble as Teddy looking for Guma. There's the knock-up. Sorry, the stun potential on to Guma, but does just flash the wall, gets out of the way. Namgung, no joy for him.
You know what's really tragic is that Delight's support quest, he actually got over the gold threshold, but you can't level it up while you're in combat. So he clearly got the gold he needed to get it over the 800 threshold, but because he didn't have the Celestial opposition there, it was so squishy.
Oh yeah, true.
And you saw how he just kind of got exploded there. Now he does have the Celestial opposition, and if that same play had happened again, he would be a lot harder to kill. But you see going in here, to be fair, looking at this play, it would have just got procced by that first Q, he would have just died anyway,
yeah.
In hindsight.
And there was probably a bit of overkill there as well, as the shockwave did what looked to be about 50 damage.
You know, I was running the Delight defense. Celestial opposition ain't saving you there, buddy.
However, you know, still a valid point and something that people can think about for the future.
Well, he has it now, so there you go.
Yeah. Zeus also going to be throwing out an ulti towards casting here as the boulder does go wide, but there is the knockup from the grand entrance. Delight just going to walk it off here as Kanavi wants to make his way in. Namgung is in position though, and Gideon off to the side. So I think this 3v3 should be enough to dissuade any potential dive. As we'll just have to see, because it looks like HLE is still keen for something. The health bar is relatively low, and this turret is also. Teleports come forward from Roma, who wants to be able to save this, as they do get rid of the minions. As Namgung, decent little Aegis.
But these sorts of plays feel so bad, because Zeka's on the other side of the map. He's just going to be able to push down and get some plates on this tower. You're not actually saving the tower in the long term, you're just stalling it. Like, this tower is not going to survive forever. Look how low it is.
I mean, it's probably down on this wave, right? Yes, I mean, he only has Roma to deal with. Decides not to push it forward, but
I think they're going to go for the Herald. But the thing is, everyone was so low, you're still given a pressure on that side of the map. The teleport isn't allowing you to make a counterplay. It's just stalling their play out. That being said, they are now back on the map and looking to contest this Herald, so...
Yeah, walking up now. Kanavi takes the long way round. Does have to flag and drag to get himself to relative safety. Now gets back over the wall. They look for the smite fight, but there is the combo! Blast Cone does come on through there, but Guma nowhere to go from that. And the Rift Herald, it actually reset.
Giving them some time to get back on the map.
Oh, Kanavi just steals it away. Looks to get in there to try and grab the eye, but he will just be dying for it. Zeka trying to get on over. Finds one with the Emperor's Divide and then just finds the Death Chamber. Now the curtains have been called. Delight does collect Shelly. So the 2 sacrificed for 1 Rift Herald is going to be thrown down immediately here as Gumayusi is going to towards this outer turret in mid. But you can see it in the gold, the bros actually being able to pull this back quite considerably. Oh, stun does come on through here as Namgung's back one more time. Oh dear. Gumayusi got a little bit of practice going into the Death Chamber just recently, and he's 4-item thing. Maybe cashback would have been a good idea.
Cashback is pretty good.
Well, Roma, let's see whether he is going to keep himself alive as Zeka breaks the arm guard. Roma now inside the Cataclysm. Emperor's Divide just to get rid of the Nocturne, and down he will go. Casting dives in though, and they are able to answer it with a kill onto Zeka as Zeus gets the flank angle. They find the knock up there. Chains of Corruption connects on towards this Pantheon, who is not long for the world. He'll get taken down here as Gumayusi just keeps casting at arm's length. Delight wants to do the same, but they do kite him out and take...
Set up for Guma. Oh, they blue trinket him.
Yeah.
They lose vision.
There's Paranoia. They do throw down the shockwave, but Guma actually gets thrown in a safe direction. Namgun goes in there. Finally, we're safe from the 6-7, but that is going to be 2 kills going over to HLE to start this one off. The bros are able to answer it, though. That's a great knock-up as Kanavi is on the warpath. Takes down Roma. They do finally manage to kill Zeus. So it's a 3 for 2 in the end, but it should mean that this dragon goes over to HLE.
I think keeping Guma alive without...
Game that is certainly open to a play like that. Zeus is going to face check a Renekton and does try and hop his way out of there. Breaks the Fear Tether as Deadly Flourish is going to go wide, so that is no assist going over to Teddy. A lot invested though, as now the Baron is going to get started.
I mean, they have decent DPS from the Azir, but Varus isn't the fastest doing it. And
wave that is conga lining its way forward. It's going to get there, won't even need to walk away from the turret. As we do see Kanavi starting this one off, but that ward gets all the value that the bros require. They throw down another one just to make sure they know exactly what this health bar is looking like, and Paranoia has been available as in goes Namgung. That is going to be the steal from Gideon as well. Highway robbery as he is going to get taken down. 2 dead, but they do steal the Baron, so they keep their base alive most likely. HLE looking a bit of time. So I think it's the next fight going to be an honest one as, okay, they look to try and lock down Zeus. Deadly Flourish is going to hold him in position as he will die. Then now Kanavi is in a very awkward spot, does have to flash, but the Ruthless Predator is there and casting. Man, that ability name is correct with how dangerous this guy is. But the Sand Soldier comes out from Zeka and he's able to punish this support Pantheon. And he does get stunned up, but Teddy not with too much of a follow-up as now Kanavi, oh my, of course he is. And there he goes, diving on forward. That is going to be the flash out though of the Cataclysm. Deadly Flourish, not quite as deadly as it really was.
So that's the only thing I can get from this OG.
You only get value if it's on cooldown, okay? All right, that's a very deep teleport. As all right, in goes Delight. Let's see whether Zeka and Kanavi can actually get here in time as Gideon baited by the blue buff. He is going to be able to secure it there, but down he will go. Gumayusi going to lock up the Nocturne.
Yeah, not 2.
Yeah, this is a bit scary. As the bros, it's their turn to go for the flank play. Scary Crocodile, but Namgung is going to get engaged on. Has Jaeger's in there. It's a great shockwave from Roma. Zeka goes golden though, and there's that GA that Kanavi wanted to use. He's trying to get out. Burning, and the tick is going to be able to take him out there. Is now Gumayusi. Yeah, that's a very scary Crocodile. And down will go the Varus one more time. Hurting. But every one of these bullets is going to be painful as, okay, here we go once again. And yeah, Gumayushi's not allowed to play the game. It's just kind of illegal at this point as Jaeger goes up there from Namgung to keep him alive. But
Guma being dead. Do need to heal up though in the meantime. Gideon's just going to solo it.
Yep.
Namgoon's getting back on the map. They are moving over towards the Baron, and Gideon obviously doesn't have the ult yet to get over, but it's coming up soon. He wants this dragon, he's committing, so you're going to have to force him off this objective, and it's going fast.
It is going very fast. Zeka does so much damage to this. It's okay. Pre-exhaust onto casting, and that is going to be Kanavi locking down the Baron. That is just the 1-2-3 punch onto the Orianna to take him down, but casting gets on top of Zeka. He has to go golden, and casting's getting a wiped out. Finally, Gideon makes his way in. The flash, and Gideon closes the gap onto Zeka. And now Teddy's trying to fight this one out. Finally, Gumayusi shows up and he is angry after getting targeted earlier. That is good. 5.5 minutes.
It's chaos. Yeah. That's what it is.
And Teddy has the old 6 items already completed, as does have Storm Surge now done.
Has the extra spot for the control ward.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
What a team player.
You love to see it. As all right, let's see who's going to be able to pick this one up. This is Cloud Soul for HLE if they're able to get it. And the bros just looking to try and deny. There's the paranoia. Shockwave does nothing at all. As Zeka once again shifts the stance to get himself out of there. You can see Zeus being so annoying in that backline. Finds the double stun and keeps himself alive for such a long time. It's Kanavi that gets a double as he wipes out the carries of the bros. And casting not long for the world. They will be able to get the soul, but most importantly, they very handily win the fight, and they may just be able to win the game. I was like, are you looking forward to the 6 gamer? Well, I mean, this was pretty close. We might actually have a 3-game series here in our first one, but this time, HLE are going to be able to find the win in game number 1. An absolute bloodbath with 40 kills in 37 minutes. But there it is. The orange tank takes down the next.